I'm Jay Jones.
I'm Anna Davidson.
This is Reading Reddit. You like that pause there?
Dramatic.
Yes. That's all I got. So, as usual, we read Reddit comments, or not comments, Reddit posts, things like that. And we see if people are the asshole. May read some r/relationship advice, r/insane people at Facebook. Who knows? Choosing beggars. We got bevy of things we can read. Like our bread and butter is Am I the Asshole? But, we could spread that butter around the bread.
It's begging for an opinion. That's why we read that one.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go find. We're going to go ahead and find us a couple ones. And the way we do it is, if you haven't kept up in the past few episodes, we've done like 5 of them now. We look for the ones that are juicy, brand new, haven't been edited.
And that we might disagree on.
Yes. Another thing we have realized is that Anna and I literally agree on everything.
So far.
Don't ask me how we did that. I don't fucking know. How did we do that?
It's not necessary.
It's not.
It's getting a little weird at this point.
I know. It is. It is getting very weird. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good one. We'll start with something I'm hoping is light.
Okay. Let's start off light.
Let's hope.
Let's warm up.
All right. From Butter Knight Saber. Am I the asshole for giving my stepdaughter magic cards?
I love magic cards.
I don't know how to play magic.
I haven't played in forever, but how can you be an asshole for a gift? Let's see.
All right. My wife and I have been married for 2 years and have a beautiful 1-year-old daughter together. My wife has a 10-year-old daughter from a prior relationship. Let's call her Sally. My wife also has a 12-year-old son who's mildly autistic. Let's call him Joe. Sally lives with her father across the country. We get Sally for the summer and school breaks. Her father and stepmother are very, very religious. Sally has been held back in school once already, and she's going to be held back in school again because she can't read. Sally struggles with pre-K sight words like the and is. We had Sally this December for winter break, and I often play Magic the Gathering with Joe. I'm a huge nerd, and it helped Joe with his reading. Since my wife and I have been together, Joe's grades have gone from failing everything to getting straight A's. He's even been being transferred out of special ed because, in part, I've been working with him on how to control his emotions, and I play games with Joe that help teach him to read. Sally wanted to learn how to play Magic the Gathering, and I taught her to play. I even sent her home with a couple of dual decks. Sally got a lot better with reading over the winter break. We got Sally's grades, and she's still failing reading abysmally. Sally is set to come to us next month for the summer. My wife just got an email from Sally's father telling her how awful she was for allowing Sally to play a satanic game that has perforated her mind. Father's incorrect use of the word, not mine. With evil thoughts. He apparently burned all the cards to cleanse his home. Apparently, Sally now doesn't want to talk to her mom or come to us for the summer. Sally's father wants her to go to a church camp. I advised my wife to tell him to kick rocks because they have a parenting plan. I'm worried though. Am I the asshole for giving my stepdaughter magic cards?
Who'd like to start here?
Whoo! I'm gonna let the parent go first.
All right. So I'm gonna say originally,
Yeah.
before the other parent had any feedback,
Yeah.
not in the least. That is a, out of the ballpark kind of job to actually spend time with, care about some stepchildren,
Right.
and find something that motivates them. I struggle with that myself. Like, struggle my stepdaughter to enjoy reading.
Mm-hmm.
Be it getting her into graphic novels, anything. Let's get this kid to read. It's hard when they don't naturally want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Magic the Gathering. I think the art is phenomenal.
I've never really played it.
For any of the strategic card games, the
Yes.
art is hands down the best.
It's
Now,
really good, actually.
you want to talk strategy? I can't comment. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool. Originally getting them the cards and like her being interested, getting her some too, sending her home with some. Not the asshole in the least. Good on you. Now there's always going to be this friction between how one household wants to raise the kids versus the other. And you got this ultra religious what is it? Mom and stepfather?
Yeah.
No. It's got to be
No.
dad and stepmother.
Yes.
Okay.
Dad and stepmother.
Other households, dad and stepmother.
Yes.
Them taking these cards and burning them.
That's so bad.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
You don't want her to have them, have a discussion, put them away until later. But the whole, let's literally destroy it with fire.
Let's burn this shit.
Is traumatic.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious to hear what you think.
Definitely do not back down on parenting time. Unless you're not being abusive, neglectful of this child, do not back down on parenting time. It is so important. Do you want to honor the other parent's feelings on this? That's debatable. You got one religious household. Like, you can't argue. You can't rationale with religion.
No, you can't. You really can't.
You can try to come to an agreement, adult to adult, but this is child being caught in the middle.
Yeah.
So if you do it behind the other parent's back, not that I believe you're doing anything wrong, the child will be caught in the middle, and they're going to be the one who suffers. They really will. And I don't think child is really going to understand the whole meta situation of this yet.
I don't think so.
If they were old enough, developed enough to understand, and it's like, hey, this is what I do at my household, and you can have that kind of two sets of rules. You do it over here. This is not meant to profane any religion. This shit's not even real.
Yeah, it's all fiction.
This is not even based Not even based
in reality.
on any so-called satanic religion.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's fantasy. It's straight up fantasy. Look at the cards. Maybe you saw a dragon. That does not constitute satanic. Anyway, what you're going to have to do is try to compromise with the other household.
Try being the operative word.
Yeah. And if the problem is the artwork on this card, maybe switch to a different game.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah. You know, any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got the same kind of strategy, words on the cards. You're going to miss out on the bitchin' artwork, but
Fucking
it seems
Hearthstone.
to be the bitchin' artwork that's the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, keep up that engagement with the stepkids. Like, I applaud that. It's hard. Especially if you only get them every once in a blue moon. So, not the asshole at all. This wasn't like other parents said, well, don't you dare play Magic the Gathering with my kids. And then you did it. That was not the case at all. So, not the asshole in the least. You're going to have to try to work with somebody unreasonable because you don't want this kid caught in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's my opinion on that.
So, OP gets...
Oh, dude. Like, I'm going to give you -3 for being a good step-parent. For giving a damn.
Kid gets clearly no assholes.
No, kids just caught in the middle.
Stepfather or mother or father and stepmother.
Oh, good lord.
This has really got you.
Well, actually, I just like rubbed something in my eyes. I'm not emotional over this one.
Okay, I got worried for a second.
No, I get emotional. This is Texas, and I need moisturizer. Sorry, I use lotion, and sometimes that
it's not available, so she's using her drink.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to break the fourth wall, but you were doing it.
I am like swabbing my eyes.
Good thing you don't wear makeup.
No, I do not. I do not wear makeup.
Like that would just be swabbing all this all over.
Yeah.
But so oh, this is a tough one. It's actually tough for me.
Can I really call someone an asshole if they're following their religion? There are boundaries to that. I will say there are boundaries to that. What I'm inclined to believe here is that there was some bad blood already, as custody tends to inflict. You know, where things were okay before, you go through a custody battle and it's fucking hellacious. So is this completely about their religion? I call bullshit. I don't think so.
So
I think in part this is, I don't like you. And I'm going to burn anything that's associated with you. I could be wrong. But I know there's going to be a lot of parents and step-parents out there saying amen.
What would you get the...
I'd have to, like, just, you know, make assumptions here about this other household. You're religious and you're railing against Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering's not new, guys.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, I think.
Given that you burned it.
Yeah. It's really tough.
It is. I'm going to have to keep myself in check knowing how, like, thinking about when I've given people a 10 or more. I'm going to give it... I'm going to dial it down to a 3. It blows, but they're cards.
Yeah.
They didn't burn anything bigger than some playing cards. Burning a child's possessions is traumatic. But let me dial this down to a 3 because they were just, and I'm doing air quotes.
I saw you, like, you were doing that dial-up tone that you were thinking about.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sound effect in there.
So,
like, dial-up tone.
Yeah, OP, -3. And I didn't just arbitrarily, like, go with 3s, but OP, -3. Other household, 3.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for mine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're going to hate me for a moment.
All right.
We may finally disagree on something.
Let's see.
Here's my thing. OP knew that the other family was religious. For one,
Okay.
you know that the family is religious. Coming from a religious household,
Me too.
you know that this shit is gonna be trouble. You don't ask the parents. As far as I can tell, you don't ask the parents. Now, do I think that what OP did was a good gesture? Absolutely. Um, I would have done it too. However, knowing what I know, knowing that this family is religious, you know that stuff like that is going to cause it's going to cause controversy.
Okay.
I honestly do not agree with how father and stepmother handled that. However, you have to have the foresight of a religious family, whether they are or not.
Okay.
If you have that pretext, if you know that consciously, I get that. The thing that I would have done, I would have said, hey, whenever you come over here, you can play Magic, you can play Pokemon, you can play Yu-Gi-Oh, you can play whatever the fuck you want, right? I know that your family has differing opinions about this. How about only when you're over here you do that? And hell, maybe make it a secret. It's fine. It's the kid's gonna understand. I would
I
think.
don't know. This
True.
kid has such a delayed.
Fair.
Yeah.
I would say try to do it in some way that the kid understands.
Oh, homie, secrets are not good though.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's just like you
Now,
know what the family's gonna be like
I
when they're
agree
over
with
there.
you. The whole 2 sets of rules thing.
Yeah.
When the child's older, but when they're young, there are no secrets.
Then this is where I'm gonna say that, like, if the
I get
kid's
what you're
gonna
saying.
tell,
I get what you're saying.
if kid's gonna tell dad and stepmom about, oh, I've been playing this, and this, they can't do anything if it's not in their house. Like,
If it violates your
like I would understand.
it violates your sensibilities, but it's not like you can call CPS on them for it. You can't control it.
Right. And so my thing is, you got to have that foresight because that's going to cause tension.
Mm-hmm.
Though you got to have and this is where OP I really think should have handled this a little better.
Okay.
Because you know that this is going to cause a problem in the other family. Make a compromise.
Okay.
Make it in some way that, yeah, the parents might be miffed a little. The other family's got to be miffed a little bit, but at least when the child comes to OP's house, they can have that freedom that they love. And as you can tell, it caused that division.
Mm-hmm.
Fault, unfortunately, falls squarely back on OP. And I get where you were coming from, and it's a noble gesture, but you automatically not
This was
automatically. This was a bad idea to begin with.
Okay.
And honestly, OP has to pay the price of that child not wanting to talk to OP and wife, and that whole situation with the other family. Again, I certainly don't agree with the other family just burning the cards.
Okay.
Right?
the thing with the child not wanting to come over, they're conflating being around these people with being punished when they come back to their primary household. There was no problem until they came back to their primary household and then had to try to reevaluate, oh, this is bad? Like, we've been, like, bonding and having fun over this stuff.
Yes. And if the child has what they have, their brain's going to be manipulated badly.
Yeah.
When they come back and realize, oh, I have these Magic the Gathering games, these Magic the Gathering cards, and, family over here on the other side of the country is like, oh, hell no, get those shitty things out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry,
we're gonna need some Christians to weigh in on this.
Yes.
And they didn't specify, like, what religion, but, it's,
I'm going to assume it's Christian.
It's what we have within reach.
We have a huge Christian population. I want to think it's Christian.
So these are got to be people that just think Harry Potter is actual witchcraft.
Yeah. If they think that that's satanic, they probably think Harry Potter's witchcraft, which also kind of isn't real.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go the other way with OP. I'm giving OP 6 out of 10.
Ooh.
And here's why I'm giving OP 6 out of 10. I'm giving him 2 with the pretext knowledge, knowing that the other side is religious, and still sending the child back with those cards.
Okay.
Another 2 for because of that, I would give him another 2 just for the fact that, like, overall, the child is going to be...
The child's the one that's suffering.
The child is ultimately suffering for this.
Okay.
And the other, I'm going to give the remaining 2 for just not planning ahead and thinking of a compromise with what you know was going to happen.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, but OP gets a 6 out of 10. Therefore...
There's a point spread on here.
Therefore, I'm sorry, but this is the first time I'm going to say OP was, in fact, the asshole. That being said, because I know people will come at me in the comments for this, do I agree with what the family did with burning the cards? Absolutely not. Therefore, I'm giving them, the family that burned the cards, giving them 4 out of 10. I'm giving them 4 out of 10 because I give them the 2 for just not realizing what they were. Just like, it's pretty stupid to conflate your religion with what the Magic Gathering cards are, which are like, fiction.
Right, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's been around forever. You should know what they are by now, but
and
maybe they feel it romanticizes things that are dark. That it's not actually that they are satanic. Yeah, it is.
So I'm giving the other 2 for traumatizing the child as well, because both sides have caused fault here.
Okay.
No one is the winner.
No, nobody's the winner. Nobody.
And I know you gave OP a pass, but I can't.
Well, here, I'll defend my stance a little more. You tell me about yours.
Like, I wish, and this is only because I've seen it so many times, right?
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't believe how many times someone has given me something and I've had to hide it from my family because I knew they would find an objection to it.
Okay.
Right? And it's not that I want to hold secrets from them. It was more of, I knew that they were going to see me as a disappointment.
Ooh.
And I didn't want that.
Okay.
Given that I said that, understand my brain overthinks a lot.
Okay.
I know my brain overthinks a lot. But still, it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't rule it out. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to rate this stepfather. He's a stepfather.
Yes.
A little differently than I'd rate the mom. So they have a 1-year-old together, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's aware as you think. My opinion of how aware he is of who this other household is a little different. Like, okay, maybe I've been told they're religious, but do I really know these people?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Given that they see the children so infrequently, they probably live a good distance away. So if he only sees them like winter break, summer break, these are kids in like a different state.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to scan back over. But that's my assumption. He's only been with the mom a few years, maybe. Depends how soon they had a kid together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he realized that was a possibility, that they were going to burn these. So that goes into how I rated, was that this is a stepdad. He's kind of thrown into this. He doesn't really know who he's dealing with. He only knows his wife and the stepchildren, and having been told about the other household.
I see your point.
You can still disagree.
And I counter it with the fact that he could have asked the wife.
This is true.
Talked with the wife and said, hey, should we do this?
Wife didn't stop him either. Wife is the one that would
Wife
know the
was
other
also
household.
at fault. I'm combining the score for both of them. Wife is also at fault.
Would you care to average our scores? That he did.
I don't know.
Had anybody known, it would have been the wife.
Yeah, so true. However, you still have to factor in that he could have asked the wife.
He could have, but did he find it necessary?
Yes. The wife knows that side.
She does. We don't know if the wife knew or gave input. We don't know.
That's true. However, there's clearly a reason the wife left the father.
This is true.
So she should have known that.
Religion may not have played any part of that, though.
Maybe the father hid it well, but still.
Yeah.
Like
that controlling kind of nature, like the religion takes a back seat to being controlling or something like that.
It's just a controlling nature,
Yeah.
I can't back away from that.
Okay.
I wish I could, but I can't.
All right.
Like OP knew better than that. I wish
in my mental picture, OP didn't really know what he was. So we have different characters in our head.
Anna, we finally disagreed on something.
Over Magic the Gathering. Come on.
Yes. Over Magic the Gathering. Now, personally, me, if they were just my kids, me and my wife's kids or whatever, oh hell yeah, let's learn some Magic the Gathering.
Right.
Like if it's gonna help you, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's not me. Mm-hmm. This is OP. So sorry, OP.
And I know it's like they're not his children, but they
Right.
are his wife's children.
True.
And if she approves of them playing that, her opinion is as valid as the other households.
I agree. However, she also should know.
She should have known.
Yeah.
I think all we can agree on is that the wife should have known.
Yeah.
Whether stepdad did, don't know. Don't know for sure.
We just disagreed on something.
Oh man.
This is Fox News alert.
Huh.
We disagreed on something. All right. Let's see what else we can find. From Shuck Fat Hit. Am I the asshole for not letting my 19-year-old go see his girlfriend?
I mean, if you think like they're gonna have sex or do drugs or like there's some kind of reason you don't want him venturing off, like is she on the other side of the country? There are reasons a parent would say like nah. But 19, you're getting old enough you need to be allowed to have your own decisions. So yeah, let's hear it.
Let's try that again. My 19-year-old God damn it. I can't talk.
That's alright.
Let's try this again. My 19-year-old son, BB, is home from school for a month. While at school, he met a girl who lives about an hour from us. They've gotten together a few times since coming home. My 17-year-old, LB, just bought a car, about half of its value, got a loan from his grandparents, and is working 2 jobs to pay it off before he gets his license and can actually drive it. His brother, he told his brother that he can use it for the month if he pays the insurance and basic upkeep. BB has some health issues lately. He saw a doctor at school, was ordered an MRI. He came home, got the MRI, and saw a local doctor for interpretation of the results. The doctor said not to worry about one part of the results because it's probably just the person who wrote the results being overly cautious. School doc just got the results and called BB yesterday to say that she's concerned that he could have MS or a tumor. Understandably, BB is stressed. I'm personally doing some major internal freaking the fuck out. We're having a rough weather right now. Flash flood warnings, road floods, all that fun stuff. The worst seems to be around where the girlfriend lives, but the whole area between us is notorious for flooding and cars being ruined. If you remember seeing the Harvey floods on the news a few years back, that's where we are. BB is upset and wants to see his girlfriend to get an emotional break, and I completely understand that. I've tried to teach my kids to think of potential outcomes of decisions and make choices based on whether or not they want to deal with the negatives. I didn't want to chance his brother's car being ruined. BB says he knows what to watch for and will turn around if it looks bad. He says I need to respect him as an adult who isn't prone to being irresponsible, and he's right. I just don't feel like it's okay for either of us to take the chance with something that belongs to someone else. LB understands his feelings, but also understands mine. He says it's up to me because the car is in my name. I don't know if all the stress around BB's health is making me paranoid about everything. Other times the weather is like this. We all stay home if it's not for work or school. I feel really bad and want my son to get the emotion support he needs, but I can't let go of the feeling that the drive isn't a good choice right now. Am I the asshole?
Well, no. All of that kind of reflection is indicative that someone is really considering the other person's point of view. When you're an asshole, you don't fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be an alternative.
Yeah.
here. Like, can this girlfriend come see him? He's got fucking health problems, and mom would probably like to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that she can't.
Yeah.
So, can they compromise on, hey, maybe mom will take a trip out there over a weekend.
Yeah.
Let him have a visit. She'll drive him all the way out there, all the way back. Maybe once every 2-3 weeks. I don't know. And they can make up the rest in phone calls and chats and sharing photos and all that. But, you know, somebody, like, they're considering he might have a tumor. And that's a pretty good reason that there's a lot of flooding. That's a pretty good reason that it's his kid brother's car and not yours. That's a pretty good reason. You can't, like, it's not assumed that it's okay for him to take it. So, like, as it stands, I don't think she's an asshole. I hope they continue to work and try to find a compromise, and that's more than a lot of parents do.
Yeah.
A lot of parents were like, you're not going to remember this girl in 5 years. No. You know, your hormones are running wild. Fuck your feelings. No, you're staying home. You're not doing it. So I think this mom is trying. So no, I don't think she's the asshole. I'm just going to put her like squarely at 0. And, you know, hope that there's an outcome that makes everybody happy.
Yeah, I don't think OP's the asshole either. Like, there's a lot of factors there. There's a lot of factors there that combined would end in a bad time.
Right.
Like, what if the son goes out and goes out and something that's going on with, whatever his health condition is impacts his driving, and all of a sudden, he's rolling up a river or a creek or whatever,
right?
Drowning in a car. You don't want that to happen. I mean,
I know it sounds paranoid, but once you get older and have seen more things,
yes.
It sounds so trite.
Yeah.
But, you actually have seen cars that are pulled off to the side of the road and start to fucking float away. You've seen some accidents. You've seen how things can get out of hand quickly. That you do worry more.
So yeah, I'm giving OP -2 out of 10.
Okay, that she's trying to work with them.
Yeah, like good on OP. Most parents would probably just say no for the fuck of it.
Right.
Like, if OP were an asshole, more than likely it would just be because none of these other outlying conditions were even in the factor.
Right.
And OP was just like, nah, fuck him. Fuck that guy. Fuck her. Go fuck her. Like, no. OP, I think, did a good job of that. Like, it's pretty, I think that's a pretty cut and dry, like,
reasonable mom.
Yeah.
Reasonable, compassionate mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Like, how often do parents let their kids see their boyfriend or girlfriend an hour away?
Right.
Not that much.
Right.
Or at least, coming from, like, a strict household.
Yes. All right. Let's go into r/relationship advice.
All right.
You and I have, we have some, we know a thing or two.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we're fucking reading this one.
All right.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This title is just perfect.
Okay.
I haven't even read the article and I want to read it just for the title alone.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes.
From even the username. Okay. From Handy Throwaway. Not sure how to tell my girlfriend I got a partial handy during my massage.
Oh.
This title, my God. I have to say it again. Not sure how to tell my girlfriend I got a partial handy during my massage.
So I am in favor of brutal honesty.
Ooh.
If this is not something you asked for, just say it. Like, I didn't know this was going to happen. Like, did you resist? Did you feel awkward about resisting? Like, just say it.
Yeah.
And I know that's easier said than done.
Right.
Because this person probably feels ashamed.
Yeah.
But
Or they wouldn't be telling Reddit.
Right.
Let's see what this says. So I get massages every couple of months because my back always hurts due to having a crappy work chair and my posture. Normally I go to the same place, but yesterday they canceled last minute due to a maintenance issue. There's another place not too far from me I've never been to, so I decided to call them to see if they had openings, and they did. Everything seemed pretty normal till the last 20 minutes when she had to turn me over. She was working the groin area for a bit, which caused some blood flow down there.
Okay.
Not a total hard-on, but semi for sure. I kind of just froze up due to being an awkward person, and then she kind of reached for it and gave it a couple of strokes.
Okay.
Once I realized what was going on, I stopped her and said, "Oh no, I'm good." And she stopped, but I guess technically there was about 10 seconds of that. I've looked up reviews of this place after, and sure enough, there's some comments from creepers about how happy you'll leave. I'm honestly feeling disgusting right now, but I'm supposed to get dinner with my girlfriend tonight. No. I can't keep it in because I'm an awful liar. But how can I be honest when I didn't stop it as quickly as I should have? I'm sorry to laugh, but my God. Just imagine. Just like, oh.
Well, I'm thinking that this masseuse
So weird.
kind of took the partial erection as a cue. But he still stopped her. So, if you want to get it off your chest, tell your girlfriend. But we've had a previous conversation in which if you say, hey, this is never going to go anywhere, should I even tell this person? It would only upset them. I'm still of that opinion that brutal honesty is best.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would want.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. Like, dude, just tell her.
If OP says, hey, I'm never going back to this place, girlfriend never has to know, I don't really blame you. That's not me, but I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Because some people, that's, oh, I don't want to give my girlfriend ideas, like, this is what I wanted, this is, that I am sealing this off. No one's ever going to know. It's never going to happen again. I didn't mean for it to happen. Therefore, I am faultless. The end. I don't really blame you, but that's not me. I am in favor of you telling your girlfriend.
Yeah. I just be honest, honestly.
Yeah.
I would
Tell her
definitely
like you told us.
I would definitely tell her. I mean, you stopped it. It's not something you wanted to happen in the first place. It happened. I mean, it's not like you were saying, "Oh yes, keep going." You
Right.
know.
Right.
I mean, I would, but not if I had a girlfriend. However, that's just me. In your case, just tell her. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, if you're here's the thing. If your girlfriend gets that jealous when you tell her what happened, that's what I call a, wait for it, red flag. Like, she's probably gonna laugh it off like you did, or how I did. And OP, understand, I'm not laughing at you at all. It's just one of those hilarious things that you just don't expect to happen, you know?
Me as a woman, I don't find it funny. I would be mortified. I would seriously. No, I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Right.
I would be mortified.
Yeah.
If some masseuse tried to touch me like that.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Oh yeah, because see, and for those who think I'm doing this just because, oh, you don't understand sex. No, I understand sexual assault. Anna and I talked all this about on our episode 0 of Yes, This Is a Podcast about this. Like, this would be considered, I mean, it's an unwanted sexual advance. It's considered sexual assault. OP didn't really consent to it.
He did not, but if this place is known for being...
He should have, I mean, to be fair...
I don't consider him at fault. Hey, like, sometimes you just change businesses last minute. It happens.
Yeah.
This is an extremely likely story.
It basically sounds like
massage parlor.
Yeah. He had very little options. He had to go to this one. And
this is what happened.
Life just happened the way it did. And now I think about it, it's just like it's one of those weird kind of things to happen, and I see where you're coming from. I totally do. My laughter wasn't in the fact of.
I think the ridiculousness of it.
It's more ridiculous than anything.
No, I didn't think you were laughing at him as like that it happened to him. And let me say that
if he thought.
I'm not going to blame him for not stopping the person right away because, like,
it
would be very understandable if there's, like, a shock moment there.
Yes.
Of, like, what?
He's probably like, whoa, wait. The fuck is that?
Boom, there goes 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was probably shock and then, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you for 10 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
Not the asshole for 10 seconds.
No. It's fine. Like, I think your girlfriend's just gonna laugh it off and move along.
Let me give him a parallel situation. What if he is at a bar and some woman comes and sits on his lap?
Yes.
If you say no, if you move away, any kind of situation like that where something your girlfriend would not, appreciate you doing.
Yeah.
And you respect that you have a girlfriend and you stop it, you're not the asshole.
No.
So this was an accident.
Yeah. This was not something OP was expecting, I don't think. Just
now,
from what I
are you obligated to report this Business to the authorities. That's up to your own conscience.
Yeah, that's
Do you
strictly
do
up
you
to
just
you.
you want to leave it alone,
Eh,
or do you want to report it? That's up to you.
if it were me, uh, it's not like they're doing anything illegal. Um, well, I guess if you consider what's happening in this situation, it is illegal, but it's illegal if consent isn't approved.
I think you and I are actually on the same page on this. So
Um,
if sex work were not illegal, if it were in the open on the
yeah,
table, are they hurting anybody?
no,
No. I'm going to look the other way. Cool. But the issue we have here is, could this happen to somebody else who is not looking for it?
yeah. Um, and let's be fair, sex work is real work. It just
I don't
is.
object to it.
If you believe that
If
you're going to make
if
money,
porn is legal, then sex work should be legal.
if you believe you can show off your titties, your ass, your dick, your vulva,
Thank you.
see, I'm learning.
Only around consenting adults.
If it's consensual and you like it, and fuck, you can make money off of it, who am I to stop you?
You go ahead.
You do you, boo boo.
We fix computers. You do whatever you do.
I mean, I wouldn't do it because, contrary to popular belief, just because I'm black doesn't mean it's long. There I go, outing myself to the whole world. But yeah,
Well, I'm a mom, and like that's not
yeah,
how I want my kids to look at me, or their friends to think they can disrespect them over what I do. No.
yeah,
So that's a personal decision of,
yeah.
hey, I've got some respectability to uphold. Would I do an OnlyFans anyway? No, probably not. That's not me.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
Okay. I wouldn't. Well,
But
I would.
But to each their own.
For funsies.
That's always been my motto. To each their own. You're not hurting anybody.
Exactly.
To each their own.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at one more here. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
My boyfriend feels entitled to my body.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have to read the rest. We're gonna read it anyway, but still no.
If they've got some kind of power play that they have agreed upon, but doesn't sound like it outright, no.
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 Let's see. Throwaway account so nobody finds me, lol. But this is my first time posting, and sometimes I think my boyfriend is being completely ridiculous. But he's so confident on his stand that it makes me question myself. We constantly get into fights. By fights, I mean literal screaming matches. And by screaming matches, I mean him screaming and me stressed and trying to get him to back off because he's wanting to do something sexual that I'm not comfortable with or with just not in or just not in the mood. As well as other things like wear a condom or take plan B. For example, one day I got back from a weekend trip, and of course, my first night back, my boyfriend wants to have sex. He wants me to throw a new position that hurts me. I know because I've tried it before and I told him about this. He gets angry and tried to get me into the position anyways. I refuse, and it turns into a complete screaming match, and he gets angry and walks out. Some other examples are me wanting us to use a condom. to prevent infections, and so I don't have to take a plan B because it hurts my stomach the next day and messes up my cycle. And him getting angry and saying that it should be a two-person decision, not just for me to decide. Same with any sexual decision that I say no to. He says it's always a two-person decision and not just for me to decide. I tell him that the stuff that he wants to do either hurts me or makes me uncomfortable, but his excuse is sex is getting boring and it should be a decision we make together. Now he's upset and saying that most females have a high sex drive and I'm wrong for wanting to do it 3 times a week. Not like I'm making a schedule or anything, but he asked me what an ideal number would be since he wants to do it at least twice a day. Which is kind of making me feel like a freak if most females want to have sex as much as he does. I also have a condition that makes sex very painful called vaginismus.
You need to lay off her while she's got that. Yeah.
Vaginismus. You'll see it. He knows about this condition, but says it's all in my head. Whenever I tell him something is hurting me, he gets mad and says I should stop complaining or that it's turning me off. Even when I'm crying, I really want him to stop, and crying and really want him to stop, he gets angry. He knows I'm not a confrontational person, and that when he's angry, I'll let him have his way to avoid conflict, and aggressively tells me to do the things he wants to do. When I'm drunk is when he gets the worst and most aggressive, since he knows it's harder for me to stop him when I'm drunk. He is driving me crazy, and I could really use some advice on what to do here. Change the E, because I don't know if that's a word allowed on this forum, lol. Yes, sex is allowed on Reddit. The word sex is fine. Just say the word. That's just a minor thing. Now, you mind if I go first?
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. OP, I'm going to tell you this now, and I want this to sink into you. I want you to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. This is rape. It is. Am I wrong?
If he continues after she says she doesn't want to, yes.
She said that several times in this post.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, this is a very abusive relationship.
When a man, when one person forces their sexual desires on another person and the other person doesn't want to do it, but that first person still wants to do it regardless, that is the definition of rape. I'm not going to censor that on YouTube. I will not do that. I want this to seep in. And OP and anyone who hears this post or hears about what this is, and you feel like this is a situation you're going through, this is a fucking red flag.
That's a whole color guard.
That's a fucking color guard of red flags telling you fucking stop.
Right. This
is not, oh, he's just being a little silly, or, oh, this is just a domination role. I gotta get used to it. No. Understand where I am coming from, and I'm definitely gonna let it speak on this, but I wanted to get this out. The things that he is doing, the things that he is doing are literal definitions of the word rape. Period. OP, please listen to me as I tell you, fucking leave this guy. This guy is going to continue to do this and will think that this is okay, which it isn't, but he will think that this is okay. And he's going to continue to do this for as long as he feels like. until you step up and you look at him and say, you are not in control of me anymore. I am done with this. We're done. And if you try anything else from this point forward, I will fucking report this to the cops as a rape charge. Because at this point, OP, this is not normal. Please understand. I'm not trying to yell at you. It sounds aggressive, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. You have full control of your body. Unless you truly consent to what you want to do, unless you say, yes, I want to do this, there's no reason for your boyfriend to be doing what he's doing. And I hope this gets back to you. And I hope when you hear this, you break up with this guy. And this goes out to any person that's in a relationship similar to the post I just read. Get out now, because it will get worse if you don't. And the last thing you want to be is a statistic because someone thought no meant kinda. No means no. No fucking means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean yes. It doesn't mean anything else other than the word no. And if your boyfriend, who clearly has not caught the grasp of that situation, continues to do this, at this point, you can report it to the cops as a rape charge, as sexual assault, because that's exactly what this is. And I'm sorry, I kind of took over
you're
there.
Allowed to rant. Go ahead.
I kind of took over there. Do you agree with me?
I do.
Like,
I do.
Was I too aggressive?
No.
Like, please tell me if I fucked up there.
No.
Because wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Okay. I know, like, and I don't want anyone to think that I suppressed Anna's opinion. Not at all. I'm just like, I see this too many times. This isn't right. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, right? Mm-hmm. So please tell me, if you have anything else you want to add, please do so.
Yeah. I'm gonna get more granular here. I'm gonna look at this post. So.
Oh, Anna is getting up close on this one.
Yeah. When we're talking about consent and sex being a decision between two people,
yes,
that needs to be both people saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what you want is an enthusiastic yes. You get a half-hearted yes, it's probably not worth your time. And for anyone to dismiss you being hesitant, of you having pain, of you having concerns about pregnancy, fucking drop them. Mm-hmm. It is not your job to try to reason with someone who does not understand consent, who tells you that your condition is in your head, that you are not actually feeling pain, that you are boring in bed. Okay, cool. You find somebody else then. So, I am 100% certain you are in a abusive relationship. 100% certain that this is not only sexually not okay. This is mentally not okay. It's all right to have disagreements. it's all right to have even fights sometimes. This is not a fight you should be having. This is not something that should make you question yourself. Birth control is non-negotiable. If one person wants birth control, fucking birth control is what it's going to be. You got a condition that makes it hurt, he needs to fucking respect that. There are other sexual acts you can dabble in that wouldn't hurt you. But even if it does, it's possible to have an asexual relationship with someone. I'm sure he would never even dream of going there, but it's actually a thing. And if you do feel that you're asexual, I'm just going to go beyond, you say 3 times a week. That's fucking really normal.
I think that's normal. Is that normal?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
For some people, twice a day can be normal.
And I will say this. I am a 33-year-old virgin at the time of this recording. So, let me tell you, sex has not been a thing I've had to worry about.
All right, so my single life twice a day, at some points, yeah, that was normal.
Right.
As a parent, 3 times a week, I'm lucky to get 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Whatever your normal is normal.
Your normal is your normal.
3 times a week, you are absolutely within the bell curve. But if you were asexual, and if you discover that about yourself, there are other people for you that can be happy with you.
Yeah.
And even if it's something you are just mentally uncomfortable doing, that's still something he should respect.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be absolutely crying, gritting your teeth painful for you to opt out. If you are just mentally uncomfortable, you are allowed to opt out, and he has to respect that. I would not be drunk around this person. I would not be around this person. I would change my fucking locks. I don't know if that is something that you can do at this point. If you are living with this person, as soon as you can, please don't. I would say get away as soon as possible. Watch your back. Have a friend escort you, because this kind of controlling behavior can get out of hand. This person could end up stalking you. This person could end up being physically violent with you as soon as you start to be the least bit assertive about your real needs. And you are in no way a freak.
No.
So I see that verbatim, which is kind of making me feel like a freak if most females want to have sex as much as he does. No, you're not.
No, not at all.
You've let him wear you down, but I'm not shaming you. These kind of things happen. I don't know what your history is, but you need more people telling you that this is not okay. You need you to believe it, that this is not okay. You need to believe that this is not okay. I'm looking at some of these comments now. Yeah, and they are all in agreement. So, yeah, this will be an ongoing issue with potential for further escalation, says Grand Cyclone. Absolutely. Ridiculously selfish. Absolutely. So,
that's just putting it lightly.
That's putting it lightly. That is putting it lightly. Nobody owns you. Nobody can tell you what to do. Even if you were married, this is not okay, and you need to get out.
And OP, I want to stress this again, and I'm glad Anna was able to get her her point across, because maybe if you listen to her, it will help. I am telling
a male
you,
and a female perspective.
yes, I am telling you, as a man that loves physical touch, that it finds it as his love language, that dude, if a girl would cuddle me all the time, I would fucking feel amazing. I know my limits. If a girl says, no, I don't want a hug, fine. I will not do it. I don't like being touched, fine. I will not touch them. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, OP. And I want this to sink in again. You're not a freak. There is nothing you should feel bad about. At all. At all. You are in control of your own body. Your boyfriend, and I hope by the time this post reaches out to you, it's your ex-boyfriend, has zero control over you. What he is trying to do right now, this is a classic case of manipulation. Wearing down the partner to the point where they're just like, oh, okay, I get it, you're right, let's do this. Still thinking in the back of your head, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel right. If your brain is still signaling this don't feel right, fucking listen to your brain, because it probably doesn't feel right. You can use this post as evidence if you have to talk to the police.
You know what? I would say have a recorder going.
If you can find a way to like open up a voice memos app or something like that, if you have an iPhone or if you have Android, whatever app they have for that.
There are
ways you can do this. Have recordings possible to where the boyfriend can't figure out what's happening, so that you can gather evidence. Because unfortunately, and here's the really shitty part about it, reporting sexual assault, reporting rape is a difficult process. And it shouldn't be.
At this point, it's going to be he said, she said.
Yes.
Unless you have some proof. But I want to say that you're in danger.
Yes. At this point,
this person's not a partner. This is not a partner at all.
What got me the worst was the fact that when he gets worse when he's drunk.
When she's drunk.
Well, when they're both drunk.
Okay.
Because he's got drunk too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. Here's what I do with that. How I handle that. You know, I go to Poets every Friday night.
Yes.
I'm around a bunch of drunk girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I know they're drunk, hell no.
Right.
Hell no. That is a trap waiting to happen. That is something that I will not do. Even if they ask, hey, can we make out? Hell no.
You definitely want sober consent.
Like, I'm not going to fucking sit there and risk my reputation, my life, my friends, my family for something that my brain just said, it's okay. Like, all of this post, Anna, I have heard way too many times in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is real life, but you know, in my own personal situations, I have heard this post more times than I can count. People have tried to accuse me of that shit. And I had to shut that down quick. I was fired from KAGS for stuff that they thought that I did. And I can't defend myself. There's no point of defending myself. And quite frankly, I'm glad I'm not at that job. I was their scapegoat. They were trying to find any way they fucking could to get rid of me. And they won. But that's fine. Because I won too. I came out, yeah, I suffered for about a year. But I came out way better than I was then.
On the flip side, I am 100% against false accusations too.
Like,
and if you knowingly make a false report, I want you to suffer for it. I want you to be punished.
You're just as bad as the person who committed the crime. I want OP, if you hear this, please understand that we are looking for your best interests.
Yes.
Like, what you're dealing with right now is not right. At all.
It's completely unacceptable. You should not have to live in that a day longer.
Like, get out ASAP. Get out yesterday.
Even if you got to move in with a parent, a sister, a friend.
Anyone you can find. Someone who will, you can trust.
And you know what? If it were me, I wouldn't say bye.
Oh, hell no. I would leave in the cover of darkness. And never say a word to him again.
You don't have to offer an explanation.
No. You don't owe him shit. Even if it was a consensual relationship, you still don't owe him shit. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep. But even for her safety.
For her safety.
Just get out.
You owe him less than a shit.
Right.
Like, don't feel like you are the bad person. You are not the bad person. You are the victim.
Yes, correct. This is absolutely where you're the victim.
You have every right to leave ASAP. You have every right to gather evidence. You have every right to go to the police and report this shit. Because I can tell you now, OP, if he does that to you, he's going to do it to somebody else. That is a pattern that I have seen. The same person is going to feel like they can have that power. And when that person leaves, they're going to get angry. And they're going to find the next person. And they're going to try the same thing again. And they're going to try to fucking do the same shit over again. Until finally someone is going to stand up to him or her and be like, you know what? You're not going to fucking do this to me anymore. You're not going to fucking try this on anybody anymore. I am the last person you're ever going to fucking do this with. I hope you end up in fucking jail and you never get out for the rest of your life. I hope by the day you die, the outside world is nothing to you. And I am sorry for ranting, but this shit cannot happen. Mm-hmm. I have seen it way too many times. I've seen it way too many times, and this shit only gets worse if you let it.
Agreed. Do
not let this get worse. Do not be complacent. Don't let him take advantage of you anymore. This is your divine intervention. Let's call it that. Okay. Fucking get out of that. Get away. Get out of there. I hope by the time this goes on YouTube, you are away from this guy. I hope that this post is deleted and you're away from this guy and you're gone from this person. Mm-hmm. I hope that's the case. But if not, and you see this, I will make sure to have a comment that will point directly at the timestamp of where we read this. And OP, I beg you to listen all the way through. Yeah. We're saying this for your own good. We're saying this for anyone else who is in a relationship that is similar to this right now. Because honestly, OP, you are unfortunately are not the only one dealing with something like this. There are women and men all over the world that are dealing with people with things like this, especially here in the United States. Mm-hmm. And I hope if it's not you, I hope it's you. But if it's just you, I hope it's more people that I help. I hope that Anna's words and my words get out to people who need to fucking hear it.
This is not a repairable relationship. This is not even a relationship.
This is not a relationship. This man is thinks that he's getting away with controlling the shit out of you, and that is not how a relationship works. It isn't. Get out now. Get out last week.
I wonder if we could follow up on some of these and see if we, see, the aftermath.
Oh, man.
Do an episode on, like, the aftermath of the ones we read about.
Yeah. And I know I kind of ran it there. But, I mean, tell me if I was ranting about anything wrong there.
No, it's all correct. I'm just thoroughly disgusted. Like,
yeah.
I recognize
I
many
think
aspects of that.
I was releasing the anger that you were feeling.
I can identify with a lot of pieces of that.
I mean, you've seen this. This looks familiar, doesn't it?
This looks familiar.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning on this one, but that's fine. I want people to see this.
Yeah. And in an instance that most closely mirrored that, I changed my locks.
So you've experienced something like this?
Pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing as
bad as this?
As bad as that all in one person,
mm-hmm.
But bits and pieces.
Enough to where combined it looks like this story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I want people to understand, I empower people's voices to be heard. Maybe what we say helps someone else. If not OP, and I hope it's OP, but at least someone else as well. That being said, I'm going to stop now. We're going to end this episode and tell us what you think about what we've been talking about. I know we spent about half an hour on that one just ranting.
It was worthwhile.
It was worth it. It was very much worth it. Tell us what you think. If you have a story you want us to look at and read about, put it in the comments. We'll look at it. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I go live, when Anna and I have another reading Reddit or any no context clip times or all that good stuff. Be sure to check out the Pixel Guys, thepixelguys.com. That's the other channel from Studio 6.2 Enterprises. And last thing, as we go, keep this in mind.
Don't be an asshole.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching or listening. And goodbye.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do a little ASMR right here in the mic.
That's weird. Jay's over here making noises. His microphone.
Says it's ASMR. Have you not heard of ASMR?
Okay. All right, bye.
Have you not heard of ASMR?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Anyway.